Hi guys, just thought I'd do a video. Recently there was talk of the TSS Vital range, TSS, so Duffel's range that they use, ASEC Vital from Aldridge, use the same lock. It's also known as a Morgan in a different colour. I think it's B&Q, their dual range, like their cheap range, their own brand, use this lock as well. So I had one recently, and that's what it was branded. So I hunted around to see if I had any others, and I thought I had the ASEC Vitals, but I didn't. But what I did come across is this that I bought ages ago. Okay, it was a kit that Duffel's did where you could get a night latch and everything, and I started to open it. I had it in the van bouncing around, hence the condition of the box. But I thought what I'd do is I'd do it on video rather than me. Out of the way. Okay, so I want to try and get this box open and not see the keys. So it's a 3-inch chrome one. I'm probably never ever likely going to fit this based on all the feedback from these locks with the talon snapping. So this will probably just now be a teaching training lock. Okay, let's open it. Straight away, keys on the top. So I don't want to see the keys. Okay, you don't need the rest of the gubbins. Let's get that out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to get the lock out. I'm going to drop the keys. Okay, so I can't see the keys. Okay, I'm just going to angle that so that I can't see it. So I don't want to know what the heights are. Okay, so I still can't see the keys. Okay, so that bolt's thrown. So I'm going to drop them keys into that box. The box is still in view, so I can't see the keys. Okay. Now the levers from previous experiences, they're the same or very similar as a Union 2134E. So they're a closed lever, anti-picks. There were 7 heights on the Unions, and I think it's the first 3, lever 1, 2 and 3 have got anti-picks in the top. I don't know if it's the same on this. I never took much notice of the layout on them, but if so, any high lifts are going to be a 1, 2 and a 3, and anything below is going to be your low lifts. But because of the way the levers are, the anti-picks don't tend to be much of a problem. You can pick out of them, so these are quite a nice lock to pick. Well, the Unions certainly are. This is going to be a bit more awkward because of it being 7 gauge. But you will find these branded as ASEC Vital, the TSS, Morgan, and as I said, dual from B&Q, or that might even be Wix's brand, I can't remember. But there's going to be a lot of other manufacturers that use this as a basis for their lock. Okay, so you're going to need a 7 gauge tip. That's that one. I always use a short wire. It's just my personal preference. There's no right or wrong wire to use. I'm going to bring that in a little bit closer. So I'm just going to go through and just nudge the levers. Okay, now I need to test to see if we got any lows. So I'm going to apply some tension, and we got some movement. Lever number 3 is sitting quite low, or is it? No, so that's lever 1, 2, 3, 4. 4's sitting low, so I'm going to have to corkscrew under 4. So what corkscrewing is, essentially just lift it up, bring it out the carriage. What we're trying to do is angle that wire to get the wire to the tip of the wire to its lowest point. Okay, so by corkscrewing, lifting it up, it just angles that tip of that wire enough to get underneath the levers. Okay, so let's go back to the front. So 1, 2, 3, stopping at 4, a little bit of a corkscrew, and then on to 5. Okay, now I've got full rein. As soon as I touch 4, I've got a little bit of a nudge. Okay, so touch 1, tap in, 2, tap in, 3, tap in, 4. I've got resistance on 4, nice click. So test 1, 2, 2, resistance on 2 now, a little bit of a click, back to 1, 1, feels a little bit of resistance on 1, a little bit of a click, so 1, 2, 1 and 2 are tapping, so 1, 2, 3's a little bit of play, I think it's in anti-pick, but I'm going to leave that for the moment. 4's bound. Was that 5 I'm on? That was 5. So 1, 2, 3, lifted 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5's tapping, back to 1. Little click on 1, 2. So I'm not trying to lift the levers, I'm just trying to nudge them into place. So lever 1, lever 2, both tapping if you can hear that. 3's disappeared, 1, 2. So I might have overlifted 3, 4's tapping, 5's tapping. One, 2, 3. There you go. So I was just getting caught under 1. Now the other problem with these is if you've got lows, that wire is going to get snagged, okay, and you'll get to a point and it's going to feel like it's going to snap your wire. So what you will have to be mindful of is try and find your high lift, okay. So lever 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got a high lift on 4, okay. That's going to now allow me to turn that all the way to get that and open. If I didn't put that under 4, we'll just put it under 1 and we try and turn that. It's got to there now. It feels like it's going to snap if I keep turning that. So you always need to try and find your high lift. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 goes almost up to almost like a 12 o'clock position. Well, say half 11 position. Okay. And then we've got our open. So we go through and do that one again. So it won't be bad pick that one. Okay. So all the way back to 1. Test our run of the pack. So testing 1, we can feel. 2, we can feel. 3, we can feel. Get to 4, I can't get past it. Okay, even with the wire at its lowest point, it won't go under it. So I need to get up, corkscrew. Hear that little click. So I'm underneath 4, onto 5. So back to the beginning. 1, 2, 3. If 4 again a little bit more. 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice click there, and on to 5. Okay. So again, back to the beginning. 1's fine. 2's fine. When I say fine, it's just tapping. 3, bit of resistance on 3. 4's tapping. 5's giving me resistance. Nice click on 5. Back to 1. 1. It's fine. Little bit of resistance on 2, bit of a click, back to 1. So as you can see, I'll go backwards and forward. I keep testing everything. So I want to make sure nothing's moved. So 1's still tapping, 2's tapping, 3's tapping, 4's giving me resistance, lifted 4, now I've got a tap. Testing 5, bit of resistance on 5, now it's tapping, back to 1, 1, bit of resistance on 2, nice click on 2, back to 1. 1 is fine, 2 is fine. Resistance on 3 now. 3's now clicking. Back to 1. Resistance on 1, just clicked it. Now it's tapping. So we've gone into anti-pick. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 4 is jammed solid. So I'm going to rock that. Right, we've lifted 4. 5's got a bit of resistance on it. Now it's tapping. Back to 1. 1's tapping, 2's got resistance, 2, test 3, 3's got resistance, 3's tapping, back to 1, and there we go, we've got our open. Okay, be methodical, only nudge, you know, once you get proficient then you can go for the lift if you're comfortable, but when you're learning, that's the way. And again, we've got that jammed wire, so let's find our low, our high, position 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's going to allow us to get our full revolution. So we're not going to snag wires or anything like that. Okay, Let's get them keys out. Oh yeah, there you go. So position 4 is our high lift, and that's probably almost, that might be a number 1, I would say. So the purpose of this was our position 1, position 2 and 3 are the same, position 4, then 5. So 2, 3 and 5 are the same height, so you'd expect 3 and 5 to be. 4 was our highest and lever 1 was our lowest. So let's open that up and see what our lever heights were. You've got a screw underneath there. Okay, so that's the internals. Get this a little bit closer. So position 1, are these stamped? Alright, so lever number 1 is a 6, and that was a anti-pick in the bottom. That's a low lift. So this is a low lift as well, so that's a lever number 4, so it's a low. Anti-pick in the bottom, 4. Anti-pick in the top, so that was our lever number 4, so it's going to be a high lift. So that's a lever number 1, so yeah, so that was the highest it could go. So lever number 5 is going to be the same as 3, and that's a 4. Okay, so not a bad pick, it's just the how low that they do sit. So, but this isn't a lock that I'd probably fit in a door now, after some of the issues that other people have reported with the talon snapping. They're not made very well, these locks. They are a bit of a budget lock, as you'd expect them to be budget made. But so this one I'll just go into the bucket for teaching. Okay, make sure that's sitting on there properly. Put our cap on. Screws back in. I'll just put that one in so you can get the lock to lock again. Yeah, and there we go. So a real shoddy lock really, not the greatest. So thanks for that, guys. So that's the TSS, ASEC Vital, Morgan. The Morgan comes in a bit of a different colour, a light blue colour. Dave Dusty's video has one. But any other problems, guys, you know what to do.